Alright guys, very simple. I'm going to put a marker down where the first stop's going to be. So in the previous mission set, the last mission we had to do was regarding the device that the Russians are using to clean up the radiation in the area. We believe they have moved the device to this location. Marker is about northeast of our position, roughly 2 clicks. More like 1.5, but what we need to do is we still need to destroy or capture that vehicle, though preferably destroy. In the area, we're expecting Russians to be on alert, guns up. They're going to be actively trying to look around, and there might also be some light armor. We've already seen some BTR-60s, so it's most likely going to have at least one of those defending it since we've shaken the nest. Enemies are Russians, so they might have NVGs or NVG contact lenses, who the fuck knows. We also think there might be a few junior sergeants around defending, but no officers of interest. And other than that, infantry should be moderate, but alert. Any questions? No? Alright.
Yeah. The only one here. The vehicle's here.
Remember to bring a long-range radio if you want to talk to command about anything. Command will not respond on short-range radio, or it'll be very, very staticky. And also, one thing to mention, if you go guns up and you get entrenched in the AO for too long, you can expect the Russians to send reinforcements. That's all I got. Hey guys, what's up? Liru the Lance Corporal here. Sending some radio frex. Also, I forgot to mention in the other thing, there's a 64, for anyone freaking out over T4 right now, there's a 64 executable file that's being circled around on Arma Hulk and stuff. It is compatible. That's what we've been using for T4 with the 64 compatible branch.
Goody. Guys, take a IR strobes.
Long range check.
Yeah, give me a sec, Liru.
Yeah, you're good. Wait, you're taking IR strobes?
Nah.
I just said they'd have NVGs, but
yeah,
okay.
Sorry.
We have to make it sporting, you know? It's not fair.
I mean, if you want to be instantaneously seen and shot,
Yeah.
sure. Now, these guys, they don't really have NVGs, but the way I'm going to correct that is Ace Global Skill. If I can find it. If I just put the spotting up to like 80, they'll start getting hawk vision through the fucking darkness. So it really does help for that. Also, I'm going to put a few more lamps down in the patrol routes.
I don't want to even fight, I want to winning.
Lantern.
Rolling check.
You're good. And hopefully these won't be as big of a blunder as last time.
Well, Nisus, up to you.
Yeah.
So now let's get rid of them from the Zeus interface. Though I'll be honest, the 64-bit executable stuff has actually improved frames a lot more than some people thought. People I talk with, people that said, hey, you know, it won't really affect frames that much, but you know, it actually hasn't been small improvements. It's been pretty nice. So we might see use of XCAM Tannis soon, as well as a more standard use of XCAM Prototype. Tannis, I need them to fix the fucking keying on that damn map, but Chernobyl probably has this week's for use, and then possibly 1 to 2 more weeks. It depends if people are brave enough to go into the town, but if we get, you know, 8 people like this more and more, then definitely the town will be fair game, because sure, it is glitchy, but in terms of the lag that you can sometimes get, that'll be great. And we'll also hopefully see some zombie ops.
60. That's always.
Alright. Sunday is tomorrow, and Sunday is Manticore, guys. That's the elites within that little milsim group. And we have a campaign going for them. They're checking their radios right now.
All of you guys are so helpful.
And that is quite possible. I even told him there's probably going to be a BTR there. Yeah, so the 40-year-old BTR might wreck more people again. But the difference here is we've got Billman on the ground, and he might, you know, step up. We don't have Sniper Wolf commanding. From the sound of things, I think Nemesis is stepping up to the plate. He's got the LR,
This
but
may be a really strange question, but do we know if the
they only have one medic,
flashlights
too.
work to blind the enemy AI's NVGs? Does that work or does that not work?
I don't think that is.
Here's the
we
deal. Normally they do work, however, based on how I have the AI setting so it's balanced, they'll still shoot you past them.
Medics,
okay.
make yourself red.
They only have one medic, unless Bill was able to switch out. I don't know. He's a regular rifleman
Guys,
role.
can you see the Max's setup
Someone
now?
has AT. So, I mean, overall, the loadout coming in, they've got 2 auto riflemen for
Drive up the
suppression.
road,
That's also okay. But
I don't know how dense that forest is. If it's dense, we'll drive up to hold one, or else we'll hold at that line.
I don't know. They have
Then
the
we'll walk on
loadout
foot
for
from
taking
road
out
one
this
to
AO.
road
They've
two,
got AT for
and then
this.
engage from 1 to
I'm gonna
6.
put down a few RPG guys
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I said 1 to
for
6.
some
You
added exposure here, but the roaming fire teams also have them.
Just a couple questions. Do we need another medic?
You have 2, right? So
We had one.
didn't
No.
you change?
Oh no, I said I wanted to wait. If you want a second medic, then I can switch in a second. You want me to go medic?
Yeah, I guess we need a
Gonna
second
put
medic,
down.
so
Looks like they're
we
having
don't-
Bill switch off to a medic role. That's smart because if that one medic goes down to BS, and I will assure you that that will happen,
Me and Gabion.
that's gonna turn into a
Okay,
very
so,
ugly one mistake op. And the difference between one life and one mistake is one mistake and you go down, the medic can still get you
You can
up.
fit in one vehicle, right?
You know, one life, you have one life. One mistake is if you
On the
cock
left
up
and right.
once, you're fucked. Alright, I mean, looking at the map now, I just added a few AT gunners.
What the hell?
1, 2, 3, 4, and then,
Sniper?
you know, we have these 3 roaming patrols here. They should be able to pick up AT.
Okay.
I'll even be
load the
nice,
vehicles, guys.
and I'll add a 5th.
Get in this medic.
Also, this building,
Yeah, I'm just saving my loadout.
I just made a group.
gonna put a few guys in here. I have no idea what that means. I'm retarded. But I'm gonna put a few guys in here and then
I'm in.
hope for the best.
Excellent.
Give me a second.
It shouldn't be a long drive.
And then let's have 2 soldiers. One by the opening over here. One by over here, and then we'll have the campaign lantern. Perfect. It's by the little furnace thingy. So anything else on the side to really add? Not much. I don't want him to go over here. This is the next objective.
Where the fuck is my checkpoint gone? Because you don't see the missile that is coming towards you.
Hear one of them talking through normal chat just out of my range. But looking at the map,
Guys,
there's
we have
another
already
structure
joined
over
the squad,
here.
if you want to join.
It's a rundown little bus stop. Ain't that
Which box
cute?
am I in?
The 5th one.
We'll
drive
put
over.
a small little fire team on it. Now let's set up some vehicles just for transport purposes. They won't actually have anything but like a GAZ. Oh, there's a nuclear sign. Whoops. Glad that didn't blow up. That would have been bad. And I'm gonna put another guy out here.
Yeah, it's usually dark when it's nighttime, you know?
But yeah, we're gonna have a GAZ right here. Gonna put another one by this entrance.
Oh, by the way, did you know that now you can move the turret?
Gonna have this convoy style, and then can we have trucks? Yes, we can have trucks. Let's do a Kaz. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, they changed
Let me
that.
know when you're ready, Bill.
Yeah.
And I
I'm
really
just
like,
gonna
again, I'm crediting
get
Sniper Wolf for
gonna get
showing
rid
me
of
this,
all
but this
those freaking grenades.
kind of gives you an essence of how they get here. They don't just fucking walk.
Pogo,
That
join the
update
group.
also
And
changed
I
that.
really hope to see
I'm
some
in the group.
Zeus's utilize this. Now,
My screen here.
8 people, I think this is good. Because the biggest threat is just the BTR, and then VCOM AI having a few of these units come in.
Weird.
Thinking about, I'll also put a reserve. We might be able to have the reinforcements actually come in automatically if I do this. And then VCOM will trigger them, they'll head over, which will be nice. Don't want to crew that 50 over there yet, not yet. But I think, yeah, we've got a pretty good looking AO. So I hope that the team of 8, a squad size element, is ready.
Go blue. Hey, but you changed.
Got a body right there. Yeah, they're all loading up in a single MRAP. That's the group we got. Bill playing the second medic role. I'm very curious to see how he does it. He's arguably my best player.
I think Thor wants to be second in command.
If we take everything into account, but yeah, he always knows his shit. And the only reason he fucks up is because he's given a fucked up situation and he has to kind of Hail Mary it, which is what happened in the Tier 3 op an hour ago. When everyone's down right there, the best you can do is just start trying to pick people up. Especially if you still got people trying to cover you, but...
Well, they better include being
Ugh.
with the 8D stick because you only get one shot with that thing.
I'm gonna check its cargo. It's gonna maybe give a bit of a lag.
Bill, you're second in command if I go down.
Alright.
Hey, Nemesis,
Yeah.
come out here for a second. I'm hearing people talk about how the AT guy might not want to miss. You know what's great about cars, though? You can load them with things, like AT. So your AT guy, if he misses, you can have more AT.
That sounds like a good idea.
It does sound like a good idea.
Does it?
Who would have thought?
Does it really though?
Who would have
AT
thought?
Guys, load up some extra ATs
I
and
added to my loadout, so I will not.
I mean, granted, I don't want them
Hilf mir mal schnell, dass ich nichts
to
vergesse.
bring the car all the way up to the AO, but if they put it like over here and they
Just
need to
know
disengage
den
because they fuck up with the
Plastic,
BTR, they have an AT option if they
Brot,
don't feel like looting bodies. I really
Kaffee,
hate
Muffin,
hearing people say, man,
Speck.
I hope you don't miss with that AT or else we're screwed.
Plastikgeschäftsführer, was?
Guys, you have a
Awesome,
giant
awesome.
frickin'
Don't forget to
mobile
grab the
treasure
snack
chest
PDP or whatever it's called,
of
not the
whatever
hidden
the
one.
fuck you want to put in it because this is a full fucking
Why?
arsenal. And people always
HEDP
complain
is
to
known
me
for
about
this. If
equipment
you
and
shoot
how they're
a
running out.
rocket at a
Ah,
soft target,
so
it'll just
it's
go right
so
through it, won't do much
frustrating
damage.
that I gotta point these things out.
Munition ohne Tracer
Ah.
und eine IR-Granate eventuell.
Hey, we might see the BTR 70. If they're able to start really
macht
destroying
Sinn.
BTR
Ja, ich hab
60s
eh
accurately, then
einfach,
yes, we'll start
Dings dabei.
upgrading them to
Klickliste.
BTR 70s. They'll be
Ja,
30-year-old
kann man
BTRs.
irgendwas drauf anvisieren? Weil
Ah.
das ist von der IR.
We were actually thinking of
Yeah, I think
extra AT
F,
in the
I don't even know how to pronounce that. The one that I couldn't
Ja,
pronounce, I
gut.
don't know. I think he's at
Das
least a
ist
corporal because he has the squad lead
Okay,
rank, and if they're
10
privates, they
Sparks,
should just be the
eventuell.
regular riflemen.
Really?
So,
Who is
who
this?
the hell knows?
Persönliche Ausstattung,
Oh,
check.
yeah.
Weste, check. Rucksack.
Pogo, we got enough AT now.
Yeah, Slim, I don't know what happened with, that's why I asked you on your mod set, because I hope you saw the scene with the sniper that put like 5 or 6 lynx rounds in your face, and you just did not react. I'm like, is he hacking? Like, what's going on right there? Then you dropped, I'm like, ah, it's bad desync. Yeah, the player base, basic logic. Ah. People forget, I don't put these videos up on YouTube, the ones I'm still on the ground doing stuff on, but I still actively go to Ahoy World occasionally and just go on the ground. Sometimes it's with a different name because I don't want to be disturbed, but yeah, that or the public Zeus servers, I just go around and chill. I'm always messing around with the mods and setting up my own scenarios. I mean, literally, I'll just put myself down in, like, I think the last one I put myself in the sports center over here. Hunker Down had 20 squads of AI come in on me. This was just a stress test for 64-bit, and I survived for a good 15 minutes until then they started shooting RPGs at me, and Bloodlust took over. But anyway, that's my life. Yeah, so we still have a floating gun here. We had 5 or 6 people join in with the wrong frickin' map mod set, so I had to link that back in. And we still have a floating gun as an example for that. And then people, when they died, they'd fly up in the air immediately, which was also weird. But they're going to get ready to go. Gonna see some things go together. I'm reading Lenny's comment about using things like advanced animations and stuff. And I'm going to be perfectly honest, I only use those in really special circumstances, because even though we have 64-bit executables and frames are better, you got to remember that every single little thing you add, especially animations where they're put on a loop, that adds to the server. And it adds to what the server is doing. And based on some testing I've done with the reinforce command for Achilles, now if you send 3 choppers in with Achilles at the same time for reinforce, it can cause massive fucking desync. This has happened twice now with me. And now I'm really touchy to even send in a single chopper to reinforce. But yeah, that's happened twice now. We've lost the op because of it on both times. A lot of crap happened. So, yeah, it's been a really big issue that we've been trying to deal with, but everything you do takes resources, and you only have a finite amount. And with Arma, if you're able to get ops where you and your guys stay above 30 frames a second, you're considered a god. Oh man, especially for the lower guys, but
driving with accelerator deportation. See you soon.
gotta hand it to these guys. Their witty banter on the side is fucking amazing. So let's look at the map here. I'm gonna grab myself a mag stick so we can see what the fuck they're doing. Give me 1 second. Pretty sure a Futin would also work, but I like the mag light because I'm a tard.
Wait, hold here and get up.
So they've picked, oh, I don't see a marker. Wonderful. So I've got no idea what their approach route is.
Hold here for a sec.
No idea where they went. I don't know. They could get up to at least here and deploy without any suspicions, but not gonna really see anything. One more thing I need to add.
So again, driving to hold one.
Whoops.
Yeah, get in.
1 outer patrol fire team.
Жду. Выдвигаюсь на позицию. Так точно. Так точно. Так точно. Выдвигаюсь на позицию. Так точно.
And then we have them check back in with the base camp over here. Their guns up, looking around. Exactly what we want. And that's what we got. Yeah, I will say this about the Nimitz, though. One, I need to do my naval ops soon, but I need to make sure. I'm really waiting till we vet people in the tier 2 player base a bit. I really want to wait another like 3 or so weeks, because with the Navy, it takes a few people per ship, and I want to have some SEAL team going around doing stuff as they get suppressive fire, or supporting fire, excuse me. But the Nimitz. Fuck, what was it? We were doing a lot of experimentation with it, and Grizzly58 has a video up on it, but he has, if I can find it here, because I don't know what any of these mean, I'm retarded. He landed the bear on the fucking Nimitz. He landed this thing on the goddamn Nimitz and survived. And didn't blow it up either. The hull turned red, but he actually managed to land that fucker. How he would take off, I have no idea, but yeah, Nimitz does a... I would equivalent it to, or give it the equivalent of putting fucking hell.
Okay, get up.
Alive, that's it, on the server, where it you can have continuous running mission files. It takes a lot of resources because the Nimitz itself has a lot of smaller subcomponents in it. It's basically the equivalent of putting the player base in a medium-sized city with the amount of detail that they have to load in via texture. Again, 64-bit will help, mitigate that a little bit, but there's been a lot of weird things that have come out the past few weeks from the updating that I don't like. We've traded memory leaks for just bad desync. If any of these guys leave the server, they get a freaking AI clone that runs around with them. And if they join back, they join back on that AI, which that's really bad for doing Zeus subs, because then you have AI on AI, and that's an additional thing to manage. I mean, it's workable, but it bugs me.
No, to make yourself yellow.
I'm gonna put these guys in a file. Actually, no. Put them in the fucking diamond. That diamond is fucking sick. Nemesis is now organizing roles. We've got, it looks like Accelerion, based on positioning. Bill's going to be the combat medic. Accelerion's going to be the frontline combat lifesaver.
Okay, Commune, you're in lead instead.
They're talking about who to put on lead. Honestly, I put Thor James on point, because you don't want an auto rifleman on point. You want him as the second guy.
I didn't hear.
Auntie's gone with a Scar L for marksman support. I get that.
That's the first time I've heard you.
Okay.
But if I were that 8-man team,
make yourself
I
yellow.
would try to get Auntie in a good position, survey the area, but this is a lot of flat area, so I just default her to a rifleman role.
Remember, said your radio whisper.
And knowing this, I mean, obviously that's going to be in this area. It's going to be most likely tucked in here. Just looking at the blank AO, if I was given this and I was told an objective was in here, it would either be here,
Then the rest follow up.
here, or here, based on, where the road is, where the buildings are. But if the marker is like right here, then the objective's either here or here. And it's a truck, so it's either going to be in the barn or outside of it. In which case, I made it easier for PID. It's been outside. Plus, you can't really put the cars in this building. I was able to spawn it in it, but there's no entrance for the vehicles, so that would raise the suspicion of how the fuck did they get it in there. But overall, this is a very simplistic AO. Good warm-up for a Tier 2-1 life, but
I've lost you.
based on what they're going pogo, getting lost.
Closure site marked on the map.
Yeah, so they brought the car up a bit more. Good. It's by the burial sites. Based on how they're inserting here, it looks like they're trying to stick from forested path to forested path. It's a good amount of grass, too, for some decent concealment. But I think they're just going to cross around, stick to this tree cover, and then head in like this, which honestly is a very viable way to do it. Another way they could do it is they could swing around and come up here, again, utilizing the most tree cover they can. That would put them right on top of the AO, but the biggest threat is the BTR. We saw what it did in the last stop. It put it to a standstill, and this bush right here isn't going to make it any better. I'm willing to bet it might start shooting through a few bushes. So that route, it's the best one, but then they immediately need to get to cover because this BTR will come out and start popping heads. This one is playing it much more safe, and you do break first contact a bit earlier, but you're able to draw some of the AI out, but it will trigger in reinforcements. Other routes to do, you could swing around completely and go in like this. I wouldn't want them to do that one though, because I don't want to trigger the radar station, and you can see some lights over there. got a lot of reinforcements ready. I'm gonna turn the squad leads over,
Выдвигаюсь
have
на
them ready to
позицию.
pounce.
Ясно, приступаем.
And then other than that, there's not really any other good routes. It's really just that one, this one that snakes around here, and then that one. Because everything else, it's an open area here. You get into areas where if you break engagement, that's way too outside of the AO to really want to have those positions. Also, there could be enemy units over here that could come in. But this is a good route. I'm happy they chose that route. Now they should be sticking to the bushes a bit more, but I do get they're also trying to get eyes on their contact. And also, perfectly honest, they're probably not going to get any good eyes on until they pass this road, because the bushes are just getting thicker and thicker. Arma is also putting out an update where in order to combat the fact that AI can snipe people through the bushes, they're going to make the bushes more dense. Which, the tier 3 op, we already had some AI literally shot through 2 of these even thicker bushes, so I don't think that's going to work. I think that's going to complete more problems, but I'm not looking forward to it. Yep, we started at noon EDT, which was about 30 minutes ago, 35 minutes ago. The player base wasn't that ready, but, you know, I can talk to you guys. Yeah, BTR, I'm going to set up freaking fire support.
I've got a man bearing 81 degrees behind
No,
the
wait, that was the wrong one.
bushes by the buildings.
That's going to be purely for the BTR to give suppressive fire in a direction, because if I don't, he'll just clean headshot, which, you know, perfectly honest, if the player base is standing still behind trees and he just needs to kind of point and shoot, I can get why he's able to get clean headshots like that, but we gotta give him some slack. There's only 8 of them tonight. I've tried. I think this AO should be balanced. I mean, first engagement, they'll have at max, you know, if we're roaming 4-man team, then 6 people in here, 10 people here, gets a little denser, about, you know, 20, 25. And then another, you know, 8-man squad over here. We've got, you know, small garrison here, a few guys there. But then these groups, it's about 30 units to come in and reinforce. I think that is definitely fucking balanced. Yeah, I've also heard they are reducing bullet penetration through walls. So any Arma videos that you've seen about bullet penetration might quickly become out of date.
Got lights ahead.
I don't like the fact that the mechanics of this game always change like that. Some strategies might not work compared to other ones, because there's the learning curve of this game is very, very steep. But the advanced stuff is really, really cool. Like bullet penetration, probing the AI to get what you want. Ah, shit. Let me just quickly say this. This patrol's going to come in and pass. We might have first contact be broken at the worst possible instant. So hopefully someone might be pulling security to the right and see that. But I do hate how the core mechanics of the game keep on changing. An idiot. I forgot one little component. Sorry about that. I had it on mute. Completely forgot about the music. I like these for the night ops. Just makes it chill. I'm gonna turn it down just a bit. Okay. So yeah, these guys are all gonna be guns up as well, because this is a continuation of the previous ops. Oof, they're gonna cross the road. They're gonna have these bushes for concealment. I have a feeling they're gonna get right on top of the player base. And it's just luck of the draw. It is just pure luck of the draw. I will say, though, coincidentally, it has been happening more and more. But yeah, these guys are going to run through. I've deliberately put their spotting skill up so they can, you know, see a bit better through the dark. Take a look at their global skills. I have kept everything at 50. I'm going to bump everything up to 60. Again, giving a small handicap.
Further around.
Oh,
north
this is going to
and
suck.
northeast.
This is
See
going
if
to
there's
really,
anything on that side.
really
We'll need to
suck.
Side the light, I guess. Got a whole enemy squad
We're going to have a
around
guaranteed
northeast side
someone's
hill.
going to go down. Yep.
Противника. Заметил противник. Солдат. Север. 50 метров. Прием. Заметил противник. Солдат.
Pogo, there he is, yep. So there's our guaranteed down. These guys are now guns up, and we're going to slowly see VCOM now start to take over. He gets back up, though, luckily. It wasn't a direct headshot. His helmet might have saved him. But yeah, that's just luck of the draw. That entire... Out of all of that fucking area to cover, they just happened to come in. And that's why I love and hate the RNG factor of this game when you set up these types of ops. I'm surprised they're not getting triggered by this.
It's a medic on Pogo.
They're reacting. Their gun's up. There we go. Here's the VCOM kicking in. Here's VCOM kicking in. There it is.
Still got at least 3 guys out east, northeast.
And now a lot of these guys are gonna freak out. BTR is pointing its gun 90 degrees to the right. They need to start moving. They need to start moving now, especially with the smoke markers. You guys need to push in and do it now. Everything is coming to kill you. Heck, the squad's markers have changed up. It's not that clump of 3. They're now actively looking around. No, guys, you need to run into that barn. You don't want to be caught out in the frickin' open like this. This isn't going to play well. So the Russians, small side note for when they watch this back and just something to say. Look at this. Take them. Are you...
Противник. Солдат. Запад. 50 метров. Прием. Вижу цель. Солдат.
I see him turn.
50
Yeah, it's Auntie.
Off to you, straight east, straight east, straight east.
Literally right next to her. He's still up. Yeah, but they're going to be reacting to flashes at point blank. They're going to be reacting to PID. I have it at 80% spotting because these guys actually don't have NVGs, but it's reacting very, very well for what I'd want. These guys, they're going to try to do the forested approach. That's really, I get why, but if you can't see the enemy and the enemy can get right on top of you like that, do not pick a route like this. You want to get a bit more open, take something like a barn with a few choke points, possibly use this vehicle, but I'd rather have them engage from a tight position right here where they can see a lot of the stuff coming towards them, rather than the forested route where the enemy, now that they're hunting them, can get right on top of them, and they need to move quick because these guys are slow guns up and they are heading in for reinforcements. This is Command Ground Team. Be advised, we're seeing massive amounts of reinforcements coming towards you from the northwest. I repeat, the northwest. Oh, fuck. It changed my frickin' freck. Did I set that on accident? This is Command. Be advised, we're seeing a massive amount of enemy reinforcements starting to push in from the northwest. I repeat, the northwest.
Straight east, but 100 meters out.
Cover that.
Got incoming force from the northwest. Soldier immediately.
Danger close. They should be on top of you in about 30 seconds. See, again, this is what I'm talking about. They're getting right up to them. This is a very bad way to go about it because the AI are able to get around. They're all checking this area. And we're going to have units also coming around to outflank here. They really need to move, and they need to move fast. See, this distance compared to being on this distance is much better. And with the thick grass too, if these guys get prone, they're not going to be able to see them either. Hence the need for these open areas. I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to stick on their approach route, but they are not moving fast enough to keep up with it. And they're just getting heavily outflanked right here. Taking out stragglers, but now we're starting to have these heavy reinforcements come in. It is not looking good. I predict the outcome of success at least at 25% right now, just based on how these guys are getting bottlenecked in. And we're not even throwing in the BTR yet. I'm going to put him on the main road. He's not going to respond to my movement commands. Wonderful. There we go. Alright, just takes him a moment. But yeah, these guys, they're getting surrounded out in the open. These guys are getting themselves around bushes. You're reloading in the open. Nemesis goes down. Yeah, no, they're out in the open here. This ain't good. Auntie is way out. She gets hit. Nemesis is able to wake back up, but this is bad. This is very bad positioning. I don't even need to put an armor backup. I honestly think that this is enough. And if they really start rocking it, yeah, I'll consider more, but that's how confident I am in the AI's design right here based on how the mission's played out. See, and with these bushes and they only have first person, they're not going to be able to see these guys coming out flank. Avion's down. Accelerion, opening fire, takes him out. Nemesis is still down. I don't think he's going to wake back up. Just the AI. They're just going to get behind bushes, get to this position, start exploring, so isn't good. They have 3 men down. They've got 5 still up. 2 of them are the medics, though. That's good, but they need to seriously consider trying to get into this area. Or any sort of building. I mean, sure, this is a kill zone for you to be in, but it's much better than being out in the open and you've got 2 choke points you can mess around with. And they dealt with these buildings last week, so they should know this by now. But being caught out in the open like this, they're covering each other, trying to group back up to assist, but also, micro mistake, Auntie should not have ran out like that. Nemesis should not have run out like that with no backup. And now this is what we're seeing. The amount of AI was fine, but the reinforcements trickled in. Because of that, unlucky break, but there was a right way and a wrong way. So I think they're packing Gabion right now in the open. They've got some smokes popped. But as I've said last week, smoke works both ways. Sure, it's going to stop them from shooting at you, but they're going to still advance on your position. Looks like they got Gabion back up. That's good. They're going to need to now get Nemesis up and try to continue on. BTR has gone active. That's AI moving it now. That's not on my hands. That's just VCOM being VCOM. Yeah, no, Auntie's down. She's prone. They're not going to be able to find her unless they have shack tack. I mean, look at this. Look at this. He just ran right past him. It's chaos right now. I saw Excel go down. He's woken back up. Good old spreadsheet. No one's covering the other flank. These guys are literally just running past. He runs past, puts a few shots in Comey, and now we hear that BTR coming in. It's knocking down a few trees. Staying on the road. It might swing around, get on this dirt road, giving them a bit more of an angle to push in through. They need to start picking up people and running. Seriously, you could even get up to this building. There are openings right here. You need to move from that position, or else this is not going to go well. Because they're just getting slowly picked off. Nope, no, it's too late. Pogo's down, Thor's down. It's just 2 medics and Gabion. And they already proven they don't have the sufficient amount of players to pull 360 here. Excel's down. Alright, Excel's back up, but no, they just need to go for it. They just need to get the objective done, get in the car and drive. That's the only way they can do this. Gabian's down now. Excel's back down. It's just Bill. Gabian gets back up, saves Bill's life.
Who's still up?
They need to move. Excel wakes back up. Yeah, no, they're everywhere, dude. Bill goes down. Because they got pinned down in this area and slowly picked off. Again, I cannot stress enough that they need to keep fucking moving. Now we're having Gabian's last stand. Literally, units running right up to... Yeah. No. Gabian gets back up and is immediately put back in place by the AT guy. We're redoing this. We're redoing this one. They didn't even kill that many guys.
It won't let me load my preset.
But I'm just gonna kill him off.
That's stupid. Why can't I load my preset?
We're gonna completely redo that. I'm going to replace all the AI and we're going to redo that.